Good evening to all the members of Bridges of Light International. I'm very happy to be here with you tonight, and I hope you will attend this first time with you in the part of International in Bridges of Light. Just wait for a couple of minutes or even more that people can join us about this introduction to EFT or Emotional Freedom Technique. Let's not start just now, and we'll be waiting for some people and see if some people just join us, and we can wait a couple of minutes, like 3-4 minutes, and then see how many people can join us. So tonight I will talk about EFT, just an introduction about EFT, just to let you know what is about, and I will give you some history details, not too much, not too many, just to not annoy you, and to relax and talk about this fantastic technique. So again, welcome to everybody. And let's wait for a couple of minutes, and then I will start. Okay, so let's see how many people can join us. Anyway, I will start to introduce myself, and then we start definitely to talk about this fantastic technique. Okay, my name is Rosalba, and I'm a counselor, spiritual counselor and coach, and EFT, matrix imprinting practitioner, and I attended for these fantastic diplomas in the UK, in London and in Newcastle College, but for the second time I attended in London in UK. So I've been living in London for about 13 years, so a very long time. I love London, and I had a really a great time over there, and I met so many fantastic people, inspiring people. So for me is the best part of my life. At the moment I'm in Italy. I came back here about 3 years ago, but I really miss London, honestly. So, and tonight, as I said, I wanted to introduce you about this fantastic technique that's called Emotional Freedom Technique, or sometimes it's called tapping, like tapping. Maybe a lot of hi Alessia. Okay, so welcome to everybody's coming now. I just started sharply on time, so I was just introducing myself. So if someone is interested in knowing something about me, just you can listen to the video again. So because I think we stay here. So I was starting to talk about EFT, and just start. So I'm talking about this fantastic technique because it's got a lot. Really, I'm very passionate about that. It's got a lot of fantastic results. So a little bit because it's an introduction tonight, and I will meet you again maybe in 2 weeks time or 10 days, something like that. I think on the 15th of June, I'm not sure about that, but you will have the advertise. So I'm saying that tonight it will be just an introduction, a little bit of history, and then for the next time we will go through the technique, and we can do together, and we can interact each other, because it is very, very important your presence here. So a little bit of history about this fantastic technique. Good afternoon, Gaetano, nice to see you here as well. It's a fantastic, why so fantastic? It's so fantastic because it's just a mixture between the traditional Chinese medicine and the modern. Why? No, it's just a combine of two things, the Far East and the Western. So that's why it's has got a lot of fantastic results. So traditional medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, so we are talking about meridian lines. For someone of you that knows a little bit about traditional Chinese medicine, knows that they believe that we have inside our bodies these meridian lines, like a kind of chakra, but of course is a different approach. So meridian lines run throughout the body, okay? Are pathways for the flow of the qi. The qi is called in Chinese language is qi, but is a life force. So we have the life force inside our bodies. In fact, EFT is called also acupuncture without needles. Why the acupuncture without needles? Because we are talking about the points in our body that we can just touch without the needles, even a softer way to ease our emotions, our general promise. Then I will talk about that in a couple of minutes. I'm keen on explain to you where this technique is coming from. So what happens? So traditional medicine, Chinese medicine, so I explained to you about our meridian lines, and on the other hand we have the history about the modern therapy. So everything happens in the 1970s, okay, and is coming from a psychotherapist called Callahan, Dr. Callahan, that was very, very keen, very interested in traditional Chinese medicine, but actually he didn't use it in his practice, okay. He was just keen, just interested, just very, very fascinated by this, but it didn't use in his practice. And at that period of time, he's got a client, a patient called Mary, that was absolutely obsessed with the water. She was so obsessed. Hi Mila, thank you for being here as well. He was so obsessed. She is a patient was so obsessed by this was actually, she's got a phobia, a water phobia, that even she couldn't wash anything. She couldn't even walk in under the rain. So very distressful phobia. And one evening, Mary said that every time she related to the water, had a kind of pain in her stomach. So this one was very interesting for Dr. Cullen, because he remembered that for the traditional Chinese medicine, the stomach is connected to the under of the eye. So there is a connection between the under of the eye and the stomach. So he asked Mary to tap under her eye. So she did it, and unbelievable. First of all, she said, "Oh my God, my pain in the stomach has gone completely. So first of all, Dr. Cullen, of course, was very not so surprised, but of course pleased of it. And then they said, "Oh, okay, it's fine." But the most fantastic thing that happened there was that later on, Mary said that her phobia was gone completely. So this was the first time when Dr. Cullen said, "Oh, okay, there is of course a connection between this and the traditional Chinese medicine." So what happened? He continued with this and was the beginning of another type of therapy that was called thought field therapy, and this was from Dr. Cullen. But in the 80s, another very important person called Gary Craig was so interested in this thought field therapy, and that let's say transformed this in a even easier way, and he was really the founder of what we are talking about today, EFT, or emotional freedom technique. So this is a very short history about that, because I think that people that approach this technique want to know what we are talking about. So say that let's go to something more practice, and then next time we have a more interactive conversation between me and people that are looking at this video. This is a video. Okay, so let's go then. Acupuncture without needles. As said, there are some part of our bodies, that if we put the needles in acupuncture, or in this case we just tap on it, we can have a great result about what? About, first of all, if we are if we feel something very disturbing, like some negative emotions, if we have something about our body, for example, pain in our body, if we have some problems with the relationships, if we have some problems with food, for example, we have we cannot lose weight because we are let's say addicted to some food, and so on. So a lot of things. So as we can see it, we can EFT for a lot of things, but tonight we start with something very simple. So now we'll show you first of all the points of our body that we need to tap, and then we will do some let's say talk about that. But please, if you need any more explanation about that, if I'm not clear enough, if you want to ask me anything, please do it, because I can read everything, your comments here. So let's start. Let's say which part of our body we need to tap in order to resolve our problems. Okay, first of all, this is part, there's a karate chop, okay, called it karate chop, as you know. So we start with this part. Very simple. We can do any, okay, so you don't need to choose any. I do this because for me it's more let's say easy to do. So you can do with the 2 fingers, 3 fingers, anything you like, okay? And the tap, you don't need to do very hard, you do as you like, okay? So any part. Hi Silvia, thank you very much for being here as well. Okay, so first this one. Okay, let's go today with the point. Then we are on the top of our head. so proper on the top. So the same thing, both or just one, okay? No problem at all, okay? So this is, then the third point is the beginning of, you see, here, okay, just here, side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, sorry, under the nose, here, okay, under the lips, and here is very, okay, I show you so you can see clearly, okay, the collarbone, okay, this is the part that you need to tap, okay, and again, any or both if you like, or just one, it's up to you, it's completely up to you, okay? So then here under the arm, okay, just here, me, okay, then the wrist, and also now, okay, each finger. I hope you can see it very clearly, okay? Now, these are the points we need to tap every time we start the EFT, okay? So I will repeat for you because it's very, very important, and we will go to a demonstration about that. Please, if you need to ask me something more, do it, because today is just an introduction, so you can know about that. Okay, there is already a question. Has to be done in this particular order? Actually, yes. Good question. Thank you. Actually, yes. It should be done in this order, but let's say that if you skip one point, no worries, okay? So the most important thing is that you don't be stressed by the fact that you need to remember each point, but actually this is should be better. Let's say should be better, but if you forget, for example, it can happen to me as well. So if I forget this part, okay, it's fine, let's carry on with the other parts, but I will do again. So I will show. So again, first is karate chop, okay? Then top of the head, okay? Then here is the beginning, okay? Then here, very clear, so just the end, the side of the eye, and then here, and then here, and then here, and the collarbone, okay, it's clear, here, here, okay. Let's say that the tapping should be done, let's say between 6-7 times, and now in a very short time. Alessia, thank you to you, because it's very important, very, very important that you ask me questions, because questions are absolutely important to explain even better. Okay, so let's go. I don't want to rush, but I wanted to be absolutely clear about that. So these are the points that we need to tap. Now, it's not only tapping, it's also repeating particularly sentences, okay? And then we will go now to some explanation about that. Before we start with the demonstration, I'd like to explain to you that this technique is really, really simple, as you can see, but of course, because it is a kind of therapy, I suggest you to start with a glass of water near you, okay, very important, because it's energetic, okay, it's an energy therapy. So every time you will do it, you will feel something in the body, because don't forget, we start from what is about traditional Chinese medicine, is about meridian lines, is about the life force. Okay, so glass of water, and if you become too much emotional, then you need to continue to tap, carry on with tapping, but just stop saying anything that can be very emotional for you, because maybe is touching something, okay, that is not completely resolved, something is not solved for you. So okay, maybe something that is reminding you something, a situation, a trauma, anyway, something that is not good for you. Then if you become too much emotional, then you need to stop to say something, but you continue to tap, and then you can have to look at around in the place you are, and then just grounding, okay, just feeling completely grounded where you are. So if you are sitting in a chair, on a chair, so just feeling completely grounded, and look at around you in the room in where you are, and then just you know, just look at some things that you have in your room, just to be completely grounded. This is very, very, very important. Another important thing, why the meridian lines, as we said at the beginning. Okay, if we are traumatized, or let's say we are feeling anxious about something, if we are feeling angry about something, of course these pathways, okay, throughout the life force is passing, of course it's like that they stop to flow in the way they need to flow. So that's why we need throughout the tapping to release this trauma, this negative thought, these negative emotions. So there is a question, each point is connected to a particular part of the body, or is more about emotion? No. Is of course every point, okay, every part of the body is connected, of course, yes, exactly. That's why at the beginning I said this one is connected to the stomach. Of course, this tapping, okay, the meaning of tapping is just a release what we are talking about. Now we are going exactly to do an example so you can understand me better. For example, that I'm angry, okay, I'm angry with someone that told me something very disturbing, okay, so it's about anger, okay, very, very important. Now let's start. How we start? The technique is like that. We need to start with a very, very clear statement that is always the same, and the only thing changes is what we are feeling. So let's do an example, so you can understand me much better. Okay, let's say that I'm angry with my partner because he told me something that disturbed me a lot. Okay, so I'm very, very angry with him. So let's say that yesterday evening my partner had told me something that disturbed me a lot. Now we have a situation, okay, very, very specific. I have an emotion. I'm starting with an emotion because it's easier, okay? But I will do other example in the next videos when we will meet again. So just I need to give you an example so you can start to work with that. So let's say, okay, I'm hungry, okay? I'm hungry, okay? So, and I'm hungry because of this, because there was a very bad discussion with him, and I felt very, very hard from him. Okay, situation where I feel this anger. So it's very, very important that you connect with your body. So in which part you feel angry. So I'm doing this example, but of course for you can be something else, okay? So just I give you this example. Perfect. Okay, so perfect means that you understand me perfectly. Okay, greetings thank you very much, Samra, thank you. Okay, so then we start with the first sentence that is always the same. We start from here, okay? So the sentence is, even though I feel very angry with, let's say, Robert, okay, just an example. So, even though I feel very angry with Robert, and I feel hurt because he told me very bad things about my body, I'm giving just an example, I love and accept myself anyway, even though yesterday night I had this bad discussion with my partner and I still feel hurt because of it. I love and accept myself completely and totally. Even though I had this horrible discussion with my partner and I still feel hurt about what he told me, I accept and love myself anyway. This anger. Let's say, I do an example, let's say that I feel the anger in the stomach. This anger that I feel in my stomach. How he could dare it. I felt hurt. I feel hurt. This anger. I cannot stand this anger. This anger in my stomach. This anger. I feel this anger in my stomach. I even cannot breathe. This anger. He was really rude. How he could dare it? I could allow it. This anger. Okay? So, a very deep breath, sorry my English, a very deep breath. Okay, so I've just given to you an example. Very, very simple about the anger. Another important thing I told you is where do you feel this emotion? I just have given to you an example, so it can be anger, can be frustration, can be overwhelming, but can be also a pain in some part of your body, okay? But today I wanted to start with something very simple so you can pick everything I say and then start to try. Another important thing is that you need to give an intensity of this emotion to yourself. So from 0 to 10, where 0 is nothing, 10 the emotion is really, really intense, how much is the intention of this emotion that I'm feeling now? From 0 to 10. It's very important that at the beginning of your EFT practice, you give a number of intensity, 0, 10. So let's start with the number, okay? The number can be 10, can be 9, can be 8, 7, whatever, okay? Of course, if it's 1, it means that you are hungry, but not so much, okay? So, now, summarizing everything, so it's very, very clear. First, what happened? What happened? But even a thought, can be even a thought. I have given to you an example for something that happened, but actually didn't happen, but can be a thought, can be something that you just, you wake up in the morning and something that comes to you that create a very, very annoying emotion, or something that lets you feel terribly, okay? Miserable, okay? Anything can be anything. So you need to focus on the emotion. We are giving an example, okay? Then you need to give a number of intensity, 0, 10. Then you need to connect with your body, okay? And connecting with your body, you need to understand where you feel this emotion. Can be in any part of your body. It's very important because everything is connected. The emotion with the part of the body, okay? Even could be even better if you not only can feel the emotion in some part of your body, but if you even can do it, can be fantastic if you can see the color of this emotion. Which color is this emotion? So we will do some interactive video next times, so can be very, hello Sabina, can be very, very interesting for you, okay? Can do all together. Okay, so where in the body? The color, can you imagine the color in your body? Can you imagine if something heavy or not? So after that we start with the same sentence, okay? Even though, and then you need to say what happens, what you thinking, what you feel. So I just given to you an example. I can give you another example, like even though I feel so overwhelmed because I need to do a lot of things today and I don't think I cannot do it, I love and accept myself anyway. 3 times, okay? 3 times here on the karate chop, okay? Even though I feel really overwhelmed by the fact that I have too many things to do and nobody helps me, I love and accept myself completely anyway. Even though every day when I wake up, I feel so overwhelmed by all the things I need to do and I feel I'm not perfect, I love and accept myself anyway. And then you continue, okay? You keep on of the body that I show you, okay? All the part of the body that I show you, just repeating, okay? Exactly. This is such a simple yet wonderful technique. Absolutely simple and wonderful. And you don't imagine even what happens. Because yes, it can be very useful every day. You can do every day. And you can imagine, because for example, the first aim of the EFT is just, okay, reduce the intensity of the emotion. because it's the first thing that you obtain. So it's very, very important. Yes, of course, I will repeat the part of the body again, absolutely, before say goodbye to the next time. Absolutely, it's very, very important, because of course let's say that the big picture is doing something more specific, something deeper, because yes, I will do, absolutely, I will do again, of course, because as you for sure you know, all the emotions are just behind our emotions. There are a lot of traumas, of course, big trauma, less. Not all of us, fortunately, have got a lot of traumas, I mean big traumas, but a lot of things that absolutely not resolved problems that we had in the past. So next time I wanted to go deeper in this kind of thing. Yes, okay, so again, let's start again, and I will show you again, so you know that. First of all, how do you feel? So you need to focus on your emotion. Old wounds, of course, old wounds. I didn't even touch it this time, because I wanted just to give you a little history about the FT, so you know about that, and you know what they are talking about, and of course give you just the beginning of it. Okay, so again, first of all, connected to your emotion, something that happens, something that you have a thought, something that come to you continuously. Okay, you know. Okay, you know. It can be anything. Today we are talking about emotion. We are talking about emotions, but as I said at the very beginning, we can do for a lot of things. Okay, even pains, chronic pain in the body, chronic emotions, phobias, okay, a lot of things, really fantastic. Okay, so let's start again with the anger, okay, because a lot of people, a lot of times we can feel anger, even though behind the anger there are a lot of things that are very deep inside ourselves. So let's say that we are angry for something, so we need to give a number 0-10. It is important to give a number of intensity to compare with. Exactly, now I'm going exactly, very good, Ale, exactly, so you are going there. Why 0-10? Why 0-10? Because we need to have an idea if our emotion is coming down. Okay, so the aim is, if I'm starting with 10, of course I need to go at least 1 or 2. The best thing is going to 0, but even 1 or 2 is much better. And you cannot imagine when you will do it how much the emotion it will come down. Also, it's very important, because doing that can be that the emotion with you started, okay, can be that disappears, is not there anymore, and maybe there is another emotion, another thought. Okay, so that's why you need to focus in the thought or emotion or situation that you are starting with, and then you need to see if it's coming down. So that's why 0-10. Then you need to feel, where do you feel in the body. Okay, so you need also to focus in which part of the body you feel it. Of course, if you are talking about a pain in the body, can be, let's say, a knee pain, or a wrist pain, so you know exactly where the pain is. But about emotion, as we are all connected, of course you need to find a part of the body where you feel the emotion. Even better if you can imagine the color of this emotion in your body, and let's say the consistency, also the emotion. Then we start. So now I show you again the points. We start with the karate chop, okay? Can be any, as I told you at the very beginning, okay? And three times we need to say what you feel, okay? So if you feel pain, knee pain, you can say, even though I feel this terrible pain on my knee, I love and accept myself anyway. Okay, I give you another example. So we talk about anger. Even though I'm so angry, let's say with my partner, with my sister, with my son, any, okay? Or with myself, because all the time, most of the time, we are very angry with ourselves. So even though I'm very angry with myself, because I allow to do this to me, I love and accept myself anyway. I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself totally. I give you a couple of options, okay? Even though, 3 times, same sentence, even though I feel very overwhelmed by all this work I need to do for my boss, I love and accept myself anyway. Okay? And then, Gaetano, yes, it's very fascinating. It's fantastic. I love this technique, because this technique, wow, it's very, even emotional for me, because it gives such a lot of results quickly, very quickly. So when you are here, just to repeat, okay, just to repeating your emotion. So this anger, this frustration, this pain on my knee, anything that you feel it, okay? Yes, exactly. Okay, great, fantastic. So we have an expert as well, Gaetano, fantastic. It's very, very fantastic thing. Okay, so this, then here, okay, I hope you can see me clearly, okay? Then side of eye, and you repeat, okay, this anger. And when you repeat the emotion of the pain, also please be connected to your body, okay, to your body. And also when you will try it, you will be very surprised, because a lot of thoughts, a lot of images, even things that you even thought that you have forgotten, they will come back to your mind. So be very tuned, okay, doing that, because the main aim of the FT is just going to the center, to the core of the problem, okay? So for the moment we are doing, okay, I'm showing you again all the parts, okay? This is the traditional parts, because I trained with Carl Dawson, that is one of the 26 masters in the world, and I just follow the traditional EFT, okay, because there are a lot of other types, absolutely fantastic, but I wanted to follow the traditional one, because it's like that. Another question, maybe they will improve the blood circulation as well. Absolutely, because if you are doing this with me now, I don't know if you are doing that I hope so, you will for sure, we will feel something different. So I will invite you to write down something. If you feel something, just share with us everything. Okay, so now the last thing is when you finish everything. Okay, there is someone that is doing that with me. Perfect. Okay, so because also it's very good, so you can memorize all, okay, all the parts. It's already brought up some emotions, you see. That's why very good this sharing of Samra. Okay, that's why I said, please, next to you, glass of water, bottle of water, very, very, very important, okay? Because of course, bring the EFT brings up even other emotions, because we started with an emotion like the one I was just giving an example, but as I told you, behind this feeling there is something else. Something that is more, even is in other unconscious. Okay, so that's why please be careful, because in some situation, in some cases, if the unresolved wounds are let's say big, then it's better that of course a practitioner is with you, but at this stage is okay. So again, glass of water. Exactly, many layers of emotions, very good, exactly, many layers of emotions. So it's like an onion, no? You can imagine an onion, okay? We have the layers, okay? First layer, second layer, okay? And we go, and then the core is just a little thing inside it. This is what we are about. So, glass of water or bottle of water, very, 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 very important. Okay, and then if you are going emotional, please be immediately very good, Samra, okay, very grounded, okay, so your feet on the floor, okay, and then you look around. If you go to emotional, okay, you look around the place where you are and just look at some things, and then you can relax and you carry on with tapping without saying anything. This is if you become too emotional, okay, this is very, very important. So now we have done it. I absolutely suggest you to try. I feel release in a good way. Thank you very much for this feedback, because it's very important. Okay, very, very important. Another thing very important. I don't know if it's, I don't know what time is, because I don't want to. Okay, yes, we are in time, because I don't know who is after me, and I don't want to, you know, to finish later. So, important thing, please try. Don't believe me. I mean, of course I'm joking, but really don't believe me. As Buddha said, no? Don't believe anyone, anything, just try. So try, and I would love it if you let me know how it works, with which kind of things you have worked, like emotions or pains or something else, even food. I want to do with you an experiment about food addiction, for example. This is a very, very funny thing, so I even think that you will enjoy, because today maybe emotion is very easy, but at the same time. So do it, ask me any question you like. I will be very happy to reply to you. I need to say anything else? No, maybe I said anything. No, yes, okay. I've done a good addition, would be great. food addiction, you mean, Samra? Exactly. I wanted to do a video in which, of course, I will let you know in advance what you will need to bring with you. Okay, do you recommend doing this process at certain time of day? For example, is it better? No, absolutely not. I mean, it could be great if you do it once a day. Okay, if you know yourself, so I don't know you, of course, and once a day is fantastic. If you can do it, you will have a lot of really benefits. And I wanted to say you something else. Yes, about food addiction, I wanted to do absolutely a video with you because it's fun. And you can imagine what will happen because I've done so many times. And that's all. I hope, yes, more session for sure. Yes, please, when you start, please continue with that, okay, every day, okay, because I don't know what you need, because I don't know you personally. It's just the first time that I'm meeting you here, but thank you to you for being with me tonight. It's been a pleasure for me. This is fantastic first time in Bridges of Light International, and I will be with you, I think will be on the 15th, not sure about that, because I think yes, it will be at the same time. And also we will do something, if you want to talk about something, for example, please write down, and I will do something that you are interested before I just follow what I thought about that. Yes, we will do more sessions. Yes, it's just the beginning. Today is just the first day that I just an introduction to EFT. So I think let me check. No, it's here, I think other 4 times or something like that. Okay, no, thank you very much to you for being with me tonight, and it has been a pleasure. So have I don't know, maybe you are all over the world, so this is just 7 p.m. So I don't know where you are, but thank you. Have a wonderful evening, night, or whatever. Thank you so much. Please write down comments, asking everything. Bye bye. Ciao.